Hi guys, in this video I'm gonna show you how to paint the coolest Necromunda band. One good thing about this band is that it has a reduced number of troops. To build this band, you only need these two boxes that I'm showing you. The truth is that I've never played Necromunda, but I've been curious seeing the momentum that this game has had in the recent years. Finding out about the different bands of Necromunda and their lore, I discovered that there was a band of ogres which used to be mercenary slaves but had revealed themselves to their masters. This idea was very interesting to me. Another reason for the hype was to see the awesome ogres that appear in the latest 40k video game, Dark Tide. Well, I will stop talking and let's go to the tutorial. So the first step will be to spray paint with matte primer black from Green Stuff World. I choose painting on turquoise the armor of these Ogryns. This is why I'm gonna start airbrushing with Wonka Violet to give it a shadow that contrasts with the future turquoise. It is important in this step to cover all the lower parts with this color. Now we are going to apply Prussian Blue and Tropical Turquoise with an airbrush from a zenithal and frontal position on all the armor. In this process, it is important to leave part of the violet shade uncovered with Prussian Blue. The same with the turquoise when applying the lights, leaving intermediate zones with Prussian Blue. As a result, we will achieve a gradual effect of color and value for the armor. As you can see, I constantly rotate the figure to achieve the desired angle, always leaving the airbrush fixed, where I only make slight movement of the wrist. Now we are going to use a mixture of dark brown and reddish brown to apply to the skin of our ogres. For the base coats, it is important not to thin too much with water, since we want it to cover well and maintain a solid and homogeneous layer. For the pants, we are going to use a dark olive green base layer. We are going to continue applying base coats to the different parts of the ogre to lock in the colors and have an overview going forward. The next color we're gonna use is Black Stallion mixed with dark brown in order to paint the leather. To give variety to the figure, I have decided to paint the straps with another more greenish brown. That's why we are not covering it right now. To paint the straps, I'm gonna use English Field Brown, which is a complementary to the previous reddish brown on the other leather parts. As you can see, all the colors start to be blocked. Now we use Black Stallion that we used before to cover all the parts that will go later in metal. This gives you a good base on which to apply the metallic color later. Okay, now we're gonna mix brown skin with golden cream to add the highlights of the skin. This phase is for me the most important and fun part of the process. When we apply the color, it is important to interpret the general volumes, such as the sphere of the head or the cylinder of the arms. It is also important to respect the direction of the zenithal-like source that we applied previously with the airbrush to maintain consistency in the figure. Do not forget also to interpret the micro volumes of the face or small muscles. In this layer we will try to cover most of the previous base layer, leaving only some unpainted areas of the shadow. For the maximum highlight of the skin, we're gonna apply golden cream. This time we are going to apply this layer in a small area where there is maximum exposure to light. In this new step, we will apply Anthrax Metal in all the metallic areas. We may need several layers so that all the metal parts are evenly painted. Do not forget to paint all the small parts and details such as mechanisms, screws and others. Now we are going to apply a highlight layer on the pants with Cangrene Green. Again, we continue interpreting volume. In this case, it is advisable to make the brush strokes perpendicular and parallel to the cylinders to begin to simulate the texture of the pant fabrics. As you can see, I try to follow the lines of the wrinkle. Now I have mixed the current green with the olive green of the base to create transition that help to visually blend both layers and create a smooth gradient. For the final highlights of the pens, we will use Canary Green. In this step, we will focus in a smaller area of the pens by highlighting all the edge and also creating some textures. To create these textures, we will draw thin lines with parallel and perpendicular strokes. Now we are going to apply brown skin to highlight and give texture to the leather. I want to create the appearance of a worn leather. For this reason, we must create patterns with our brush strokes so that it has such an appearance. Both the edges of the leather and the areas that seems to be subjected to greater wear should be illuminated with this color. Next, we will apply the maximum light on the leather, mixing the golden cream color with the brown skin. We continue to focus on the edges and high wear areas, this time in a smaller area. For the straps, we will do the same as in the previous step by mixing English Field Brown and Grey Deck. For the final highlight, we use grey deck directly in the areas of greatest wear and exposure to light. In this step, I use Zima Blue to outline the edges of the armor. It is important to carry out this edge highlight to represent hard materials such as metals. It requires patience, but it's worth it to get a good result. We continue to use Zima Blue to add some scratches and peeling paints. I choose to paint the parts of the armor that protrudes the most and that may be more susceptible to deterioration from use. Now on the scratches previously painted with Zima Blue, we are going to apply Black Stallion in a smaller area to simulate the peeling paint, where the black paint underneath will be visible. Well guys, we are nearing the end of the tutorial where we are going to apply the last details. We are going to use Gunmetal Grey to illuminate all the metallic details such as rivets, buckles and mechanisms. We also illuminate all the metal parts that we had previously painted with Anthrax Metal. Well guys, we are done with this and it's time to see the great reveal. I really enjoy painting this band and I hope it can help you to paint yours. You will find the lid of paint below, and please, if you like this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe.